It was the story of twos today as Cyril Dessers put Hearts to the sword twice with 2 goals to make it the first Old Firm final since 2002. There's a lot of twos, and number 2 also means shite, and I think that could explain both these teams tonight, because guess what? They were both shite. And there you go, guys, that's your Scottish Cup semi-final review done, because this game was atrocious. I'm not going to happy clap it. Yeah, I'm happy Rangers are through, right? But Rangers show nothing today to me to suggest that they can go ahead and do the treble.
No,
right, Hearts fan, you alright there? Tag you in?
I don't know, I don't even want to talk about it.
He doesn't want to talk about it, so I'll talk about it. This game was bad, right? Rangers get the early goal, but I think Rangers were there for the taking. I'm not going to, they were better, right? I thought Balogun was really good. I thought Diamonde was really good. 2 players who've been brought in from midweek and the disaster week that Rangers have had. But again, this was the perfect game to play Rangers. They hadn't won in ages. Their form is shocking. Their performances are shocking. It's not like they're playing well, but they're unlucky. They've kind of got everything going wrong for them at the minute. And it's not like Rangers bombarded Craig Gordon today. Let's bear that in mind. I mean, they were pretty poor at both sides of the pitch. I thought back, but I think Suter was giving up chances like they were going out of fashion. But as for Hearts, what did they test Jack Butland with, right? Apart from Oda late on and that offside chance with Kent that would have been offside anyway. So again, I think Hearts, I would describe it as pathetic. A lot of people say that Aberdeen lied down to Celtic. If you watch these games like we did back to back on this weekend, you would think there's only one team lying down, and it's not Aberdeen.
It's no Aberdeen. I don't know what to say. Hearts were shite. Really fucking shite. And these seem to be the games that hurt the most when you actually go into them thinking that you've got a chance. I think this happens way too often. I actually think it's when you're not expecting the result. That's when these teams, that's when the Hearts and Hibs and the Aberdeens, etc., tend to do better against the Old Firm. See, when you go into it with a good bit of form and the Old Firm's struggling and you're thinking, we can turn them over today, that seems to be when you get fucking humped or you just don't perform. And today, I mean, Hearts might not have got humped. I believe the thumbnail says 2-2, but it definitely wasn't. I wish we were in extra time right now. There's only one game going to extra time though, and that is Coventry versus Manchester United. But today Hearts just diabolical. Rangers on a really poor run of form. You're expecting if Hearts show up today and play anywhere near their best, then they could quite easily knock Rangers out this competition. And I mean, it just didn't happen. I've no excuses. It's not like Rangers were gifted 2 penalties, or it's not like Hearts were screwed out of 2 penalties like yesterday. We just weren't good enough. Shite from the minute go, really. We had the best striker on the pitch, but we didn't give him any chances. So it's just not a good game of football. It's not. I don't even want to talk about it, man. It's just pish.
I would say the referee was pretty good. I don't think there was much to get wrong, though.
Nothing really happened, though. Can they tell you any big decisions that you had to make?
It was almost like the perfect game for Rangers to bounce back into after the Hearts were never in their faces, and I know there's going to be a lot of people. Cyril Dessers was better than Lawrence Shankland had no service. See, if you actually know football and you watch football and you know what you're talking about, you could. Shankland kept picking up the ball, man. He was the only guy doing something.
Yeah.
Anytime he whipped it out wide, it was just shit.
Shankland, he'd get the ball, he would drive forward, but he just didn't have the support. Didn't have the backup.
I thought Cammy Devlin was alright. Benidjibi looked knackered for the first minute. Craig Gordon, I thought, had a shiter.
I've not been impressed with Craig Gordon since he came back, and it's a shame because I think he is the best goalkeeper that we've seen in Scotland for yonks. But for me, he's no longer there. I'm only judging it off a few games that I've seen him playing since coming back from the injury, but I think it's fair to say that after aging, another year, 14 months or 16 months, whatever, been out for so long, especially at that age, I just don't think he's the guy that he was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, a double leg break is a pretty bad injury.
He's done well to come back for it, and I commend him. Great guy. Career-ending injury at 41 years old, and he came back for it, but he just does not look like the Craig Gordon that we're used to seeing in the past. And I mean, forget about whether he should be the number 1 at Hearts or whether he should be number 1 for Scotland. I mean, I think we could make a case now that he shouldn't be number 1 for Hearts, and he maybe shouldn't even be going to the Euros.
Yeah, I feel like now.
I'm just basing it on the last 3 performances that I've seen. Livingston, I felt like he could have done better. The first goal he gave away, second goal, I thought he should have done better. Today, I thought both. I'm not saying he should save both goals, but I thought he could have done a bit more. I'm not even saying save them, but I just thought he could have made a better attempt to get to them or something.
It looks like a guy that hasn't had much game time. It looks like a guy.
Well, he hasn't had much game time. But like I'm saying, he's not like he's young. He's not. I don't really see him recovering for this.
I don't. And again, I don't want to just pin it on Gordon because I think Hearts.
No, it's not Gordon's fault. I mean, defensively, Hearts weren't good enough. The first goal Rangers scored, it was, I believe, what was it?
Cantwell passed it in as Dessers, and then Dessers took them on a fucking rodeo and put it in the back of the net.
No, the clearance, was it from Atkinson? I can't remember who cleared it originally, but just a terrible clearance, and then, Dessers just twists and turns and puts the ball in the back of the net, and then the second one as well. It was just...
What do you make of this comment? Michael Stewart, the sort of guy that eats a Mars bar upside down so he can feel the fanny bit on his tongue.
That's no bad, that's alright.
What about Michael Stewart today? Did he really need to be on commentary?
I tell you what, I thought it was one of his better performances.
Because there was nothing to great about it.
Now, had some of the decisions that happened yesterday happened today,
I think he'd have fucking...
then he might have blew a casket, but nah, I mean, there was not really much that Michael Stewart could lose his rag about today because Hearts were just shite and Rangers were the better side and they won fair and square and there was no controversial decisions or anything like that went against anybody, so there's no like red card calls or offside goals or anything like that. I mean, there was one moment in the first half where Dessers was through and Michael Stewart was like, he's offside, as if he was like getting so offended that the flag hadn't went up yet. But I mean, apart from that, look guys, really bad game here. I was talking the big game yesterday about how Hearts were going to win and then go to Hampden and go to the final and smash Celtic, lift some silverware, beat both Old Firm teams, and what did I know?
I think this is on Naismith, man. He was acting Billy Big Balls yesterday.
Said Rangers are failures.
They're easy to play against. We know what they're going to do. They feel like they do every year. Well, what's that say about you then?
If Rangers are easy to play against, why haven't Hearts won in their last 13 games against them? That's unacceptable.
No, but
Hearts against any team in Scotland should not be going 13 games without a win.
But see Rangers today, right? They weren't as bad as the previous 2 games. I don't get anyone.
They weren't great.
Yeah, it was like a 6 out of 10 across the board. If that.
See if you said this is how Rangers were going to play today. I think as a Hearts fan or Hearts manager, I think you'd have thought, that's alright, I'll take that. We can beat this. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. So
I mean, I think if Rangers played this way, like against Aberdeen or Celtic yesterday, they get beat either of them.
Probably. Anyway,
I think Hearts would have got scudded by all 3, and they did.
I think Celtic will go and win the Scottish Cup. There you go, guys. That's my prediction. I think Celtic will win the Scottish Cup. But you know what? Maybe we need to cut Dessers some slack.
I don't know. I thought Fabio Silva probably had the worst sub cameo of all time. I mean, the guy dived when trying to go for an open net. No idea what he was thinking. And then to give Dessers his hat trick, he just puts the ball straight off the Hearts guy. Shocking. Rangers win. I mean, it was a lacklustre game, but see from a Hearts perspective, I mean, you're a Hearts fan. I think the frustrating thing is that they didn't lay a fucking glove on Rangers.
No.
It's not like, Rangers turned up and they've shown why they can be that team. No, they didn't really. It was just Hearts did not do anything.
Right, I'm done talking about it. I'm going to go and watch, hopefully, Coventry lay the knockout glove here on Manchester United. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts? I mean, first Old Firm Cup final, Scottish Cup final since 2002. That's a bizarre stat.
Also, I don't... Really? Fuck me, 22 years. Also, I don't think this is worthy of player ratings.
No, it's not.
Because
there's not much to talk about.
I mean, the only player that I'd give a pass mark for Hearts was Shankland, who I just thought was isolated the entire game, but did look a little bit threatening.
I thought I was brilliant, though, and I think Balogun has to stop now. So,
right, he does. Anyway, guys, that's it. Old Firm final. We'll see who wins it. I've got a feeling it'll be Celtic. Old Firm battle for the league. We'll see who wins it. I've got a feeling that'll be Celtic. Yeah. Could be looking at a Celtic double here to top off a mediocre season for Brendan Rodgers.
Could be.
I tell you what, though, if Brendan Rodgers does end up getting a double, that will be a pretty good. It'll be a good outcome for someone that is not had the best season of Scottish football. If he can still win 2 at the free trophies.
No, because he's been into quite a lot of weekends, and you're thinking if he loses this game, he could be on verge of sack almost. He survived.
The Motherwell game for me, that was. I'll never forget that one.
Aye.
Anyway, that's it.
Yeah, there's going to be loads more twists and turns, but I just think Celtic will win both.
I still think Hearts will take points off one of the Old Firm in the league. I just don't think today was a performance.
I think there's more chance Rangers win the league than the cup. Put it that way.
Interesting, despite Rangers. That's strange. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. The shite game today. Discussed it. Don't really have anything else left to say. Just never want to talk about football again. So therefore, going to go AWOL for the next maybe day, 24 hours, something like that. Anyway, till next time. Peace.